10, I'm going to hang up with you. Okay, 10 seconds. See you, Oren. Welcome to Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg, Florida, on the shores of Tampa Bay. An absolutely beautiful afternoon for Atlanta United's second to last friendly of this 2024 preseason. 2 weeks from today, Atlanta United opens their MLS competition in Columbus against the defending champion Columbus Crew. The weather here in Florida, much better than what we anticipate 2 weeks from today in Central Ohio as Atlanta United takes on Tampa Bay Rowdies of the USL Championship. Mike Conti and Jason Longshore, welcome to those of you watching on ATLUTD.com, and welcome to those of you listening as well on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game in Atlanta. Well, this is, I guess, phase 2 of training camp for Atlanta United. Jason, they got to St. Petersburg on Tuesday. You saw them Wednesday in a friendly against Montreal Impact, which they won 2-1. Today, we expect the first group for Atlanta United to play about 70 to 75 minutes.
Yeah, maybe with a few exceptions, a few guys not quite at the same level of fitness, and that's what preseason is all about. Caleb Wiley is a prime example. Played 30 on Wednesday, and I thought he looked great in that 30. Coming back from an injury suffered during U.S. men's national team camp. You want to ease him back in. Stian Gregerson into the lineup today. Not sure what his fitness level is going to be. I think you're going to see most guys get to around the 70-minute mark today, but we'll see where there's going to be exceptions to that.
Well, after today, Atlanta United will play a final closed-door friendly against Sporting Kansas City down in Miami. And that will be the final dress rehearsal where we expect Atlanta United's first-choice group to play close to a full 90 minutes. Now, again, do not make any conclusions based on the first group that's playing today. This does not necessarily reflect what is expected to be the opening day starting 11 for Atlanta United. This is to maximize playing opportunities for players who need it. So this is not necessarily going to be the starting lineup in Columbus in 2 weeks, Jason, but Gonzalo Pineda again today will deploy his usual 4-3-3.
Josh Cohen getting the start in goal. Your fullbacks today, Brooks Lennon and Caleb Wiley. Your center backs, Derek Williams and Stian Gregerson. Your holding midfielders, Bartosz Slisz and Tristan Muyumba. In front of them, it's Nick Firmino. Wingers, Sabo Lobjanica and Shande Silva. And up top, Jamal Tiare.
Robbie Nielsen is in his first year managing Tampa Bay Rowdies. This is a team that finished second in the USL Championship Eastern Conference to Pittsburgh Riverhounds last year. And we're going to be totally transparent with you, the audience. Tampa Bay, the Rowdies, they have elected to not identify most of the players who are playing for them today, as is their right. They are going to play mostly trialists. They have opted not to identify those trialists. So this is going to be a guessing game for us in the booth. But we do know 5 USL Championship signed players are in their first group, including their goalkeeper, Jordan Farr.
Jordan Farr comes over from San Antonio. He was the 2022 USL Goalkeeper of the Year. This is his first year, 29 years old, with the Rowdies. Forrest Lasso is going to be holding things down in the back. This is somebody who has 85 games of experience with the Rowdies over 3 separate seasons. Spent some time with the Charleston Battery, spent some time in MLS with FC Cincinnati. Aaron Guillen, a former Dallas homegrown, is in the starting group today. Lewis Hilton has been a mainstay here in Tampa Bay, 104 games for the Rowdies since 2020. And another new signing is going to be up top in this first grouping for the Rowdies. Manuel Arteaga comes over from Phoenix. He was part of a USL Championship winning side last year. He had the game-winning penalty in the shootout. 29 years old from Venezuela, 15 goals for Phoenix Rising last year.
Atlanta United wearing the 5-striped shirts with the black trunks, the gold numbers and trim. The Tampa Bay Rowdies wearing yellow shirts with green trunks and green numbers on the shirts. The Rowdies, a historic franchise dating all the way back to the 1970s of the NASL, and they have kept that color scheme since the very beginning. They play in Al Lang Stadium, the former spring training home of the St. Louis Cardinals in downtown St. Petersburg, and it is a beautiful afternoon with temperatures in the mid-70s, sunny skies, and only a whisper of a breeze. Atlanta United kicking off And attacking the goal to our right as we begin play, Caleb Wiley has the ball flicked to him by Tristan Mayumba along the far touchline. Now he will square it to Derek Williams, who's in a center back pairing with Stian Gregerson. Gregerson now playing to the near side to Brooks Lennon, who rolls the ball up to the halfway line to Saba. Saba then has the ball bounce off trialist number 34, and we have two players spun down in front of center circle. Nick Firmino is one of them, and I believe that was the first contact and the first foul given by the referee.
Atlanta will focus on building out of the back. That's been a big part of preseason up to this point, but I think today you're also going to want to find those opportunities to get vertical when it presents itself. Because
the match is being carried on the radio in Atlanta, that's why we're giving you the radio description today for those of you watching on the stream. Behind the left halfway line, Derek Williams squares it to the right to Gregerson. Gregerson now flicks it to the edge of center circle where it's immediately returned to him by Bartek Schlisch. Now it's Caleb Wiley again on the left wing, squaring behind center circle to Williams. Squared to the right again, Gregerson. Now put that back in the middle to Schlisch, who tries to hook up with Firmino down the middle, but that's canceled out by Lewis Hilton. And then a shot from long distance by Arteaga misses wide of the near post and out for goal kick.
Arteaga might have seen Atlanta United's game with Montreal in the midweek and said, oh, I can score from 45 yards out.
Atlanta United playing from left to right off the distribution from Cohen. It's Caleb Wiley playing it up to Shande Silva. Now Tristan Mayumba accepts the ball at the edge of the defensive third for Atlanta United. Dribbling parallel to the Atlanta goal and handing it off to Gregerson. He reverses the direction of play back to the left now, and it's Derek Williams again. Squaring it back to the right to Gregerson, who walks it out of the defensive third now and cuts it up outside of center circle where it's driven out over the near touchline for a Tampa Bay throw by Jamal Tiare.
Tiare was trying to hook that into the run of Saba Lobjanidze and mishit it.
And here is a back pass by Aaron Guillen to Jordan Farr, the goalkeeper, and Farr drives it out over the near touchline. Attacking third throw for Atlanta United. We're scoreless in the third minute. Brooks Lennon throws it backwards along the near touchline to Gregerson. They'll play it back further into the Atlanta end now to Derek Williams again. Williams approached by Arteaga, so he back passes to Josh Cohen, who backpedals to the top of the Atlanta 18 and gives it back to Williams. He'll pop it out into the near corner now to Gregerson, who will turn and dribble forward now and cut it down the middle where it bounces off Firmino to TRA. Back heel to Firmino, who tried to drill it down the left wing, and it was intercepted before it connected to Shande Silva. Back the other way, trialist number 77 is steered off the ball by Caleb Wiley. It rolls to Cohen, who glances it down the middle, and Atlanta now trying to build with Bartosz Schlisch, giving it to Lennon on the right wing. Drop back to Gregerson, a back pass to Cohen at the edge of the six. Play down the middle now. Mayumba inside his own arc, turns and rolls the ball ahead now to Shande Silva. Here's Silva up to the left halfway line, dribbling into the Tampa end. Silva now outside the 18, played back through to Wiley, edge of the sixes, cross. Gets by everyone into the near corner. It'll be Brooks Lennon trapping it there at the corner flag and dropping it back to Schlisch. Schlisch rolling it now to Saba, who underhits a pass inside the 18. It's intercepted and then cleared off of Brooks Lennon for a Tampa throw in the near touchline.
Aaron Guillen got a slight touch on the cross from Wiley, but no one on the back post for Atlanta United there. In the recycle, you try to create an opportunity out of it. They get the throw here for Tampa Bay, but this is an opportunity for Atlanta to step up and press.
Off the throw by Aaron Guillen, which comes near the near hash mark. He throws it up the touchline where it is stabbed down by Arteaga and then spun back to him by Connor Antley down the near touchline, and then he's dispossessed by Saba. Play on despite a foul play by Tampa. Mayumba flicks it into center circle now, and it'll be Caleb Wiley accepting the ball along the far touchline for Atlanta United. Drop back now. A top center circle here is a long diagonal play to Saba in the near corner, and it's tackled away from him and out for a throw by trialist number 34.
Opportunity here for Atlanta with a throw. As you get a look at Saba Lobjanidze, really want to get him going in this game.
Brooks Lennon out of the near corner. Here comes a cross to the back post, headed up in the air by trialist number 23. Lands at the boots, though, of Silva, and then it's knocked away from him at the penalty spot by Lewis Hilton, and out all the way to center spot where it's trapped by Derek Williams.
See if Atlanta can pin Tampa Bay in here now and create chances. That's the next step for the Five Stripes in preseason.
Pitch by Wiley down the left wing to Mayumba. Pushed down and fouled by Hilton along the far touchline about 30 yards from goal. Portion of the match brought to you by AT&T, official wireless partner of Atlanta United. Good start for Atlanta United here in the 6th minute. We're scoreless, but Atlanta United has generated a good scoring opportunity. Tampa's only scoring opportunity was a shot from about 30 yards out by Arteaga. So a set piece opportunity here for Atlanta United with Saba standing over the ball, maybe 1 yard off the far touchline. Mayumba appears to be tying his boots. He's on one knee next to Saba. Caleb Wiley was standing near the ball, now pulls away. So it looks like it'll be Saba to send this in. Off the far touchline, he swings it to the penalty spot, and it's headed away by trialist number 2. Out into the midfield where it'll be Gregerson heading it down now to Shande Silva, who dribbles past his man and puts it into the middle now where Williams, who's deep in the play, will flick it to Lennon along the near touchline. He'll drop it back into the Atlanta end where this is going to be chased down by Caleb Wiley behind center circle. Both teams now will reshape with Wiley at the edge of Atlanta's defensive third. Scooting the ball now to Williams. Both teams have reshaped as Williams rolls it down the right wing. And it's Silva cutting it back now to Gregerson. Gregerson squares it back to the left to Williams again. Williams flicks it down the middle. Mayumba drifting to the right. Hands it off to Gregerson on the right side. Back to Williams. Now Atlanta United will test the left side as Nick Firmino gets a touch on it, and they'll play it back into the back line again to Williams. Williams approached by trialist number 77, so he back passes to Cohen. Cohen takes a touch and then pitches down the right wing where it's headed away by Guillen back into the Atlanta end. Popped up in the air by Lennon. Second ball deflects off Gregerson to Mayumba. Back to Lennon, who plays it down the middle to Firmino. Firmino trying to spin away from his man, gives it back to Lennon. Now Mayumba again, well behind center circle. Rolls it up to Lennon again on the right side. Back to Mayumba. Flicked backwards again to Gregerson. Squared to the left to Williams again. Now here's Williams to the edge of center circle, dropping it back to Josh Cohen again, who's 17 yards off his line.
Saba made a run in behind. They couldn't pick him out, but Atlanta's recycled well.
Long diagonal, Lennon for Saba in a 1v1 down the left wing. It connects. Saba then taken off the ball, gets back on it at the edge of the 6, dribbles to the penalty spot, can't turn to get a shot. It deflects then off of Guillen to Caleb Wiley. His shot is stuffed at the edge of the 18, but he gets back on it on the far touchline. Caleb Wiley playing it ahead to Saba, spinning off the left line, and then his cross bounces away from the side netting and out. It's going to be a corner deflected by Tampa.
First touch from Saba to bring that long ball down was excellent. He rode off the challenge, got into the 18, tried to slip a pass through that Guillen was able to deflect. That's the next step for Atlanta United, is turning those opportunities into shots on goal and into goals.
Saba to send this out of the far corner goal to our right. We're scoreless in the 9th minute. Hands on hips for Saba, puts his left arm in the air, up to it, in swinger to the edge of the 6, and it's punched by Farr. Off to the right where it's stamped down by Silva, and then Lennon sends it back in, and a shot by Derek Williams solicits a diving save by Farr at the near post.
Great save by Farr to go up and get that one. Williams tried to loop the header over Farr. Great service from Brooks Lennon to the back post. Good set piece there from Atlanta United.
Tampa Bay trying to counter now from right to left, and a ball sent forward by trialist number 23 is intercepted by Williams. Gregerson now below center circle, plays it into the circle to Schlisch. Back to Gregerson behind the right halfway line. He'll cut it to the near touchline to Lennon. Flick to Shande Silva. Silva spins and then drops it back in the Atlanta end to Gregerson again. Gregerson will square it behind center circle. It's Williams giving it now to Wiley on the left wing. He'll start it ahead now to Tristan Mayumba, who dribbles off the far touchline and gives it back to Wiley. This is all in the Atlanta end. Drop back further now to Derek Williams on the edge of the Atlanta 18. He returns to Wiley now on the left wing, and he will pitch. And here's a long run down for Saba. Played in by Wiley. Saba's got it at the edge of the 18, and then the chip is underhit and off his line as far to scoop it up.
He's trying to send that to TRA. He's not able to get around on that with the left foot. But since Saba and Shande Silva switched sides, and they're going to do that a lot this year, Saba's finding more opportunities on the left right now.
Forrest Lasso, who formerly played for FC Cincinnati inside the Tampa 18, squaring to trialist number 23, who pitches clear. Wiley's got it along the far touchline now and centers it behind center circle to Gregerson again. Gregerson will drive it over to Shande Silva, who pops it to Lennon, overlapping on the right side. Lennon gives it back to Silva, who's pushed away from the ball by trialist number 34, but he gets back on it, loops to center circle, and then fires it off to the left to Caleb Wiley behind the halfway line. He flicked it ahead towards Firmino, but that was intercepted by trialist number 23, and then the ball pinballs off of Wiley out for a throw of the far touchline to Tampa Bay.
Not on the same page there. Wiley trying to slip that pass through. Firmino flat-footed. Those are the moments that this team is still building those connections that are necessary.
And again, for those of you just joining us, we're not being wise guys here with the trialists and the numbers and everything like that, but this is what Tampa Bay has elected to do. They did not want to identify their trialists to us, so we can only describe them by number. Off the throw, Tampa is able to draw a foul in the right attacking 30, pushing foul against Atlanta United. And now Tampa Bay will have a set piece inside of 30 yards from goal.
Opportunity here for the Rowdies to make something of this.
You've got Lewis Hilton to the left of the ball. Trialist number 77 to the right of the ball. The angle is to Cohen's left. This comes from inside of 30 yards. As Tampa attacks the goal to our left. There's the whistle. And it's number 77 stepping over. Hilton now will drive it to the near post, but it's cut off by Wiley. Second ball by Hilton, sent back in, popped in the air by Gregerson, and out over the end line for a corner. So Tampa Bay will get their first corner of the match here in the 12th minute. No score.
Delivery on the first ball from Hilton doesn't get past the first man, but the second opportunity has to be knocked wide. So Tampa Bay Rowdies now with an opportunity from the corner, an in-swinger from the far side.
Trialist number 77 to send it in as they attack the goal to our left in a scoreless first half. Going to the near post where it's headed down into the ground by Brooks Lennon. Mayamba collects it, dribbles to the edge of the 18, is bumped but stays on it, now takes it to the end line. He's in a jam and he's able to bounce it off of the Tampa player at the far corner flag for a throw.
You see the calmness of Tristan Muyamba on the ball. That's a moment where a lot of players are going to get a little frantic, maybe just slam it out and concede the throw. Muyamba wanted to work his way through that double team, and he earns the Atlanta throw. Pretty deep in the corner. They're going to have to deal with Tampa Bay's press now.
For those of you watching on the stream, another look at how Mayamba was able to earn that throw. This is dropped in short, and here's a giveaway at the top of the 18. Trialist number 2 playing it into the far corner to number 77. He then tries to dribble past his man, and he's dispossessed. It rolls to Mayamba, who's able to clear. Atlanta now countering from left to right, but here's a giveaway. Tampa now 40 yards from goal. Foul on Atlanta United as they were trying to start down the right wing, and Nick Firmino committed the foul.
Firmino trying to poke that one free, unable to get to it. The set piece a little bit further back this time for the Rowdies. They tried to take it too quickly.
Yeah, but the ball was still rolling, so they'll take it again. This one, it's a little bit hard for us to judge. We're sitting behind what would be home plate in this ballpark, so I'm going to say inside of 35 yards from goal, square to the far post, and it's Lewis Hilton standing over the ball alone.
Yeah, you're right around 35 yards here.
Hilton up to it, sending it to the back post, and it's headed clear and out for a corner by Brooks Lennon.
That was a good ball that time from Hilton. He had two options on the back post. Lennon was between the two and won the header. Brooks Lennon in the air, very underrated. He's on the near post here to defend this corner.
That shall be Tampa's second of the match as we cross into the 15th minute. No score. This will be sent out of the near corner. Again, Tampa attacking the goal to our left. And it will be Hilton to send it in. Hilton's left arm in the air. He's up to it. It's an in-swinger to the near post. Headed down into the ground. Players for both teams go down. Ball not clear yet. It's Hilton in the near corner sending it back to the back post and headed clear again. And out for another corner by Derek Williams.
Good defending from Atlanta United. Derek Williams, no hesitation there. Steps to it. Look, these are the moments where you're Atlanta United and you played last weekend. Everybody played about 60 minutes on Wednesday, and now you're back at it again. Getting going has been a little difficult today, kind of fighting through that preseason fatigue.
Again out of the near corner, again to the penalty spot. A player goes down, it's headed up in the air and then steered into the near corner, and now a whistle for a head injury fear. That stops play with the ball in the midst of a Tampa attack in the left attacking third, but the physios will come on here to take a look at Aaron Guillen because the referee feared a possible head injury.
Well, Guillen popped up really quick and says that he got elbowed. We'll get another look at it here on the stream. As Guillen was coming across, it's inadvertent as Slish was stepping in front of him. Didn't throw the elbow back. If anything, Guillen kind of ran into Slish. That's why he popped up so quickly in that.
So
it's going to be a drop ball, and it'll be Atlanta's possession.
And the drop ball will come near the Atlanta penalty spot. We're in the 16th minute of a scoreless match. Atlanta with a couple good scoring opportunities to start, but they've had to defend a couple corners here and dangerous set pieces for Tampa in the last 5 minutes. Drop ball is given to Josh Cohen. Cohen up to it and sends it down the middle from left to right. And this is going to roll all the way to the Tampa goalkeeper, Jordan Farr. Farr traps inside his own arc and starts a right to left counter for Tampa Bay. Aaron Guillen playing it down the near touchline to trialist number 34. And then it is stolen, but a foul is called on Derek Williams, taking down Arteaga in front of the left halfway line.
Arteaga went down quickly. Williams trying to win that ball as we get another look on the stream. Williams came from behind him, not really going in strong. Arteaga went down and made a lot of it. I don't think there was that much force on it.
And Arteaga kind of hobbling away. And I believe I just heard the referee say you have to step off the field. And he does. So now, will they be enforcing this new 2-minute rule where a player that comes off due to a foul that stops play has to be evaluated for 2 minutes?
And USL's not doing that rule in their league matches, so I'm not sure if the Rowdies were necessarily prepared for that today.
Meanwhile, Guillen with the free kick in front of the left halfway line. He directs traffic. He's got Hilton making a run down the right wing, but instead he plays backwards to trialist number 23, who's playing right center back. Now they play down the right wing. Mayumbud digs for the ball. It rolls back to that center back, who's going to back pass to Farr. Now
they waved Arteaga back on.
That's right. So Arteaga is back on as Guillen again back passing to Farr, who's wide of his near post, and he has to just clear it out for a throw on the near touchline under pressure from TRA.
Good pressure from TRA. That's what Jamal TRA gives you up front. We saw that against Memphis over in Athens. TRA doesn't give up on these situations, and just a little bit of a loose touch from Farr and relentless pressure from TRA, and it earns Atlanta a throw.
That throw then was bodied over the end line by Nick Firmino and out for goal kick. And Tampa now moving from right to left will start it up down the right wing where trialist number 23 sends it up to Hilton along the far touchline. Atlanta United presenting a high line of confrontation, though, as it rolls back to number 23. Now Forrest Lasso playing left center back, starting it down the left wing to number 34, but it rolls away from him off of Brooks Lennon, and it's cleaned up by Gregerson, and will back pass all the way to Cohen.
Gregerson showing his strength, just Tampa Bay player bouncing off of Gregerson.
Now in a 1v2, it is Slish passing back to Cohen, who flicks to Williams. Williams pitches into the far corner. Wiley rolls it down the left wing to Firmino, who spins down, and a Tampa player goes down as well. The ball's over the touchline, and I believe the referee is signaling a foul on Tampa.
I'm not sure. They called the high boot on Firmino. I think
Okay.
that's really unfair because the Tampa Bay player ducked his head, and Firmino went up for a bouncing ball. So this one's got a little bit of friction to it between these two teams, especially over the last 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, Hilton and Silva just had to be separated. Getting another look at that here on the video stream.
Because Wiley stepped in front of the free kick to make sure that it couldn't be taken quickly, which he's supposed to do. And then Hilton tried to move it to the side, which you can't do, and Silva took a little exception to that.
Off the free kick, here's Forrest Lasso pitching down the left wing for number 34. Knocked away from him and out for a throw in the left defensive third by Brooks Lennon. So it'll be a Tampa Bay throw about 35 yards from goal. And off the throw, Lennon is able to poke it away, drop it back to Gregerson, who clears it up to the halfway line. TRA looked like he was grabbed by Lasso. They play on, and it's out off TRA for a throw to Tampa Bay. Dropped into Hilton in front of the left halfway line. Hilton dribbling parallel to goal, now swings it over to the right wing where it's trapped off the touchline and then cut back to number 77 in the midfield. He looks for an overlap, but instead his pass is intercepted by Tristan Mayamba. Back the other way now, Atlanta United, and here's a foul on Tampa Bay, pulling Shande Silva away from the ball at the far touchline.
Yellow card to Manuel Arteaga, who grabbed Silva as he tried to take off. Arteaga, the forward tracking back. Silva knows it's coming too, and just that little bit of slowing up. Arteaga grabs him. Yellow card to the new Venezuelan forward for the Rowdies.
Scoreless in the 21st minute. This portion of the match brought to you by Equifax, proud partner of your Atlanta United. Off the free kick, here's Caleb Wiley on the right wing, again pitching for Silva, who's behind everyone and dribbling into the box left side. Silva takes a touch, now passes to Firmino at the penalty spot, shot wide of the near post. Out for goal kick.
Great work by Shande Silva. That time they time it correctly to play over the top. Aaron Guillen kept Silva onside. Beats one on the dribble, has Lasso closing down, lays it off to Firmino, and from the penalty spot, pushed it wide. Not an easy finish here because Guillen had gotten back to the goal line and had that post covered. So Firmino's trying to fit it into a small window and missed wide.
It's actually pretty good scramble defending by Tampa, all things considered.
Excellent defending. Guillen especially getting to that goal line and taking away the post that Firmino's going to aim for. Then he wasn't able to be precise enough.
Off the goal kick, this is Jordan Farr, the 29-year-old from Salem, Oregon. Throwing it down the middle to Hilton behind center circle. He reverses direction to the right side and plays it down the right wing where it will curl out for an Atlanta throw. About 40 yards from the Atlanta goal. Thrown backwards to Derek Williams. Returns it to the far touchline where it's passed beyond Mayamba to Silva, who flicks it back to Mayamba, and then he tried to send it down the right wing for Saba, but that did not come off, and it rolls out for a Tampa throw.
Second preseason match for the Rowdies. They played Philadelphia Union 2 last week. So they're still kind of early in building their fitness as well. We'll see how many guys go past the 45-minute mark for them.
There's a pitch down the middle that's headed away by Derek Williams. Bounces out to Wiley, who slides to send it up to the left halfway line, then driven back the other direction by trialist number 23. Tampa trying to build on the right wing, and they're going to flip the point of attack or attempt to the left side, but that pass is overhit, and it goes out for an Atlanta throw on the near touchline. Scoreless of the 23rd minute. Brooks Lennon to throw it off the near touchline as Atlanta United moves from left to right here in the first half. Lennon throws it into Jamal TRA, who gives it away to trialist number 34, driving down the left wing, then tries to pop it into the box, deflects off of Gregerson, and then Cohen diving at the end line to save it from going out and being a corner.
Good defensive recovery run from Slish. He might have gotten that touch, was involved in making it difficult for the Rowdies to capitalize.
Cohen then throws it down the left wing, and Atlanta United will start it up now from left to right. Tristan Mayamba popping it backwards. Cohen is called off this time by Williams, who has it at the edge of the Atlanta 6-yard box. Plays it out to Mayamba along the left wing, and now it is Caleb Wiley turning and drifting up the touchline and sending a nice ball ahead where Forrest Lasso then dispossesses Shande Silva. Back the other way, Lewis Hilton. Down the right wing again for Tampa. Players clumped up along the far touchline. It rolls out to a Tampa player who makes a slaloming run down the far touchline, and it is knocked away from him and out for a throw from behind by Caleb Wiley. So it'll be an attacking third throw for Tampa here in the 25th minute of a scoreless match.
I believe it might be a free kick as Wiley might have caught him. We're getting another look at the challenge from Lasso on Silva. Lasso came in very strong. He never backs out of a challenge force, Lasso.
And you're
that
right.
was clean.
You're right. It is a free kick. So Hilton to the left of the ball, number 77 to the right. This is off the far touchline, about 25 yards from goal. Hilton fakes. 77 will send it to the back post. Header wide of the far post and out for goal kick. Well worked by Tampa, but the header was not put on frame.
It's a good free kick from 77. He puts it to the back post, and they're going for the header back across. So to the back post, and then heading it back to the near post, trying to pick out Arteaga. Missed it by about 1.5 feet.
It was 23 who had the header across the face of goal. Meanwhile, Atlanta with the giveaway off the goal kick. It'll be a Tampa throw on the far touchline. 26th minute of a scoreless match. This portion brought to you by Piedmont, official healthcare partner of Atlanta United. Atlanta United probably dominated the first maybe 10 minutes of this match. It's been a little more even since. The throw, though, is picked away by Derek Williams, who pitches it into the midfield, and now chasing it against Forrest Lasso is Nick Firmino. A long run for him. They're going to back pass to the goalkeeper far, and he's in a jam now in the near corner. He has to turn and just clear back to the halfway line. That'll bounce down the near touchline and out for an Atlanta throw.
That was great work from TRA. Is the one who heads that down into the path of Saba Lobjanidze, who couldn't quite get to it. It was just a little out of his reach, but Jamal TRA, he can be that number 9 target at times for Atlanta United. His vertical leap is amazing. Very good in the air.
There's Josh Cohen with a pitch down the right wing, headed away by Lewis Hilton to the edge of the Atlanta 18. Then it is stabbed away by Schlisch. Out into the midfield where number 34 collects it. He tries to center it, but it's intercepted. And now here's Firmino trying to start a counter up to Saba. Saba is cleanly tackled off the ball. 77 back the other way, playing it ahead to number 2 in the far corner for Tampa. Again, these are all trialists that Tampa will not identify for us. Number 2 is dispossessed. Back the other way now, Caleb Wiley. I think Saba was in on that play as well. And Saba, I beg your pardon, Wiley behind the play is spun down and fouled as Atlanta was starting a counter.
Yeah, trialist number 23 for Tampa Bay. A little heated. Went in from behind on Wiley. Atlanta players took exception to it. Referee trying to get everybody to calm down a little bit. Bartosz Schlisch starting to really assert himself in the middle of the park for Atlanta United. He's been involved in a couple of these last sequences. Wiley was clipped pretty late by the trialist number 23.
Off the free kick, Derek Williams playing long over the top for TRA in a 1v1 with Lasso. Lasso wins that duel by heading it away, but the second ball is won away by Xande Silva. Rolls it down to the end line. Can it be saved? No. Out for goal kick. Nick Firmino could not quite save it.
Just a little too much on that from Silva, but nice defending from Silva to wait for just a little bit of a loose touch from Tampa Bay. Takes the turnover and then slightly overhits the pass for Firmino.
Sets up a right to left goal kick for Jordan Farr, who was the 2022 USL goalkeeper of the year when he played for San Antonio. Farr now on his 3rd different team in his 7th USL season. Trialist number 23 playing over to the far touchline where it will be pitched out for an Atlanta throw in the Tampa end, and it's thrown into Schlisch in front of the left halfway line. He dribbles now close to center circle. He'll flick it to center spot to Gregerson. Gregerson drifts below center spot and then squares it to the left now to Williams. Poke down the middle to Schlisch. Oh, drop it back to Wiley in the Atlanta end behind the left halfway line, and then he tried to send it up to Xande Silva, but Silva stepped over the ball, and here's a counter chance now for trialist number 2, firing it down the left wing and overhitting a pass that is going to roll into the near corner and out for an Atlanta throw.
It's a good back heel from Arteaga. Arteaga is going to be a player that I think Rowdies fans will really enjoy. A little bit of flair there with the back heel to one of the trialists, and then the pass was overhit.
Brooks Lennon to throw it off the near touchline for Atlanta United in the defensive third. Here's a return to him by Schlisch. Now here's Gregerson at the corner flank pitching clear. TRA got a boot on it, but then Lewis Hilton is able to knock it back to Lasso below center circle. And Lasso will back pass to Jordan Farr again. Scoreless in the 30th minute. It's Course of the match brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. The all-electric Mercedes-Benz lineup is here. Trialist number 23 spinning over to the right side, and now here's a clearing ball that's blocked down near the halfway line. It pinballs back to Derek Williams on the edge of Atlanta's left defensive third.
Slish with a good header back to Williams. Lennon is tucked inside to help create an overload in the midfield if they can use it.
But Atlanta United is not able to play out of traffic, and it's stole away by trialist number 77. Now here's a long bending ball into the near corner, trapped by number 34. He pitches back to the penalty spot, and the ball deflects and then is cleared by Derek Williams.
Good recovery from Wiley, knocked it to Williams. Williams with the no-nonsense clearance back out into the middle third.
Ball's out at the halfway line, throw to Tampa Bay, dropped in to the Tampa Bay end to Forrest Lasso. 30-year-old from Raleigh, North Carolina. Played in Sweden before signing with Tampa. Lasso going long and over the top, and this is headed away by Williams before it connected with Arteaga. Now it rolls to the end line, and it will be bounced off of a Tampa Bay player and out for goal kick on a nice play by Gregerson.
Lasso had played 2 years here in Tampa Bay before that move to Sweden, where he was a regular, came back to the Rowdies last year. A lot of people will remember him breaking in as a pro at Charleston.
Here's a chance now for Atlanta United. A pinballing ball sent down the middle, slaloming run to the penalty spot, and then it is shot over the crossbar and out for goal kick by Jamal TRA.
Tried to take the step to the right to create the angle, just too much on the shot. Good work to break the line. You saw Lasso trying to hold his line. That's what allowed TRA to get in behind, but too much heat on that shot from TRA. It goes over the bar.
Noah Cobb is reported to the fourth official as a substitute here, and he's going to come on for Gregerson in the 32nd minute.
No surprise, Gregerson didn't play on Wednesday, didn't play in Athens. You're trying to build fitness up. Not everybody's at the same level. So Noah Cobb, who I feel like has been, if not the best, one of the best players for Atlanta United in preseason, he comes in to replace Gregerson after a little over 30 minutes today.
Here's a steal by Mayumba off the goal kick. Trying to spin out of trouble now is Shande Silva. He goes down along the far touchline, play on. Ball now rolls loose into the middle. TRA trying to run it down, but a foul is called on Atlanta.
Smart foul from Slish, preventing the break.
Then the free kick is brought back by the referee because the ball was still rolling. So Cobb and Williams now are the center back pairing for Atlanta United in the 32nd minute.
I thought Gregerson was pretty good today, considering he hadn't played in the last couple. Pretty sharp. Wasn't tested all that much defensively, but looked solid on the ball, had that one run forward. Cobb is going to have to do some of those things. He's going to have to be as good on the ball as he has been so far in preseason.
Here's a pitch for Arteaga down the right wing. He goes through the back of Williams and fouls him. So it'll be a free kick to Atlanta United on the edge of their left defensive third.
Fourth year with the club for Noah Cobb between the second team and the first team. Second year on the MLS roster for the 18-year-old from Chattanooga.
Caleb Wiley playing down the far touchline to Silva. Back to Wiley. Now here's a 2v1 developing down the left wing as it's poked ahead to Nick Firmino. Left side of the 18 years is cross near the penalty spot. Wiley gets a touch, turns and gives it back to Firmino just outside the 6-yard box. Firmino then is dispossessed by trialist number 18. Counter press though in the far corner. Tampa in a jam here, and they're able to draw a foul as players go tumbling down near the corner flag. Aaron Guillen then shoves Caleb Wiley away. Trialist number 18 is trying to play the role of peacemaker here, but Wiley is not very happy as Tampa gets the free kick.
Caleb Wiley's really not the one to mess with. We saw this last season. I think Caleb is a guy who, he's not a big talker on the field, but he's not going to let you get away with anything. That was a very light foul on Firmino. He actually got a couple of touches on the ball. Guillen tried to make a little more of it, the Wiley veteran, and Caleb Wiley not really too bothered by Guillen trying to get in his face.
The goalkeeper, Jordan Farr, will take the free kick out of the far corner and slams this across the halfway line down the right wing, and now a foul on Tampa as Derek Williams is spun down going up for the aerial.
The referee's got his hands full today with this one. We saw this last week in Athens against Memphis. This game's been a little disjointed because of all the fouls. That one at least had more of a rhythm, even with so many fouls. This one hasn't found a rhythm yet.
Arteaga, who's playing on a yellow, had the foul. Now Nick Firmino drawing a foul off the restart. A little bit closer to the halfway line.
That's smart from Firmino. He's been called for a couple of fouls, a couple of harsh calls, and make sure that you get one going the other way, drawing that contact.
Shande Silva now earning a throw along the far touchline, knocking it off of trialist number 77. So Atlanta will have a throw about 10 yards behind the halfway line. So we're scoreless of the 35th minute. Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg, Florida. Atlanta United and Tampa Bay Rowdies at a preseason friendly. That throw goes off Lasso. Another throw further up the far touchline now for Atlanta. And this one will be thrown backwards to Derek Williams. Williams squares it to Noah Cobb, his first touch. He dribbles up near the halfway line and plays a long diagonal back to the left, and that is going to bounce now to Shande Silva, who will dribble on trialist number 18 into the attacking third.
That's a good ball from Cobb to switch the point of attack.
Now Caleb Wiley, 40 yards from goal on the left side, handing it off to Schlisch. Schlisch will play it over to Cobb in front of the right halfway line. He rolls it ahead to Saba. Took an awkward bounce and out for a throw to Tampa. Now 35 yards from their goal.
Talk about finding the rhythm. Saba is a player to me that really thrives on creating a rhythm, and he hasn't been able to do that. Saba has struggled a little bit in preseason just getting into the flow of matches. Atlanta needs to kind of feed him the rest of the way in the first half. Get him going.
Off the throw, here's Derek Williams trying to flick it ahead to Saba. It's intercepted, though, by trialist number 2. Lasso passes it ahead into the midfield, and now number 34 along the near touchline flicks it to number 2, all behind the left halfway line. Drop back to Lasso at the edge of the central defensive third for Tampa. They'll play it into the run of number 34, but it's over his head and out over the near touch. A throw to Atlanta United in their own half. Brooks Lennon will throw it off the near touchline as we're now in the 37th minute. No score. Lennon looking for a teammate to come open. It's Mayamba, who tried to flick to Cobb, but underhit it. It's stolen. And then some rescue defending by Cobb to knock it out for a throw along the near touchline.
I'm not sure if he tried to flick that Mayamba or he just missed it, but Atlanta's able to recover. They still have work to do.
Off the throw, this is played to Hilton in front of center circle. He flicks it down the middle where Arteaga backheels it to number 77. Now here comes a cross at the penalty spot, knocked away by Cobb, but not out. Tampa on the edge of the 18 with number 77. He dribbles into the far corner with it in a 1v2 and now has to play it back to Hilton up the touchline. Hilton will send it to the penalty spot. Knocked away by Lennon. Back into the midfield. Number 77 now coming towards goal. He'll shoot from distance and it's over the crossbar. Out for goal kick.
At the beginning of that sequence, Noah Cobb made another really strong defensive play, tracking all the way across to block the shot on the far post from us. Cobb got there, wasn't able to clear that all the way out of the defensive third, but if he doesn't get there, that's a dangerous opportunity on Cohen. Another big defensive play from Noah Cobb.
Forrest Lasso dueling with TRA. TRA drawing a foul along the near touchline as they were both going up for an aerial.
Great work by TRA to get there. He got his body between the ball and Lasso. Lasso with his size is difficult to play against, but if you get between the ball and the man, he's got to go through you, and he commits the foul.
Off the free kick, Caleb Wiley behind the left halfway line, dropping it back to Williams in the Atlanta end. Williams will square it into center circle to Bartosz Schlisch. Schlisch now playing it over the top for Saba. Saba traps it along the near touchline. Takes a touch, dribbling on number 34, slides it to Lennon, edge of the 18. Cut back pass near the penalty spot to Firmino, shoots through traffic, blocked at the edge of the 6 by number 23. Down the left wing, cleared by number 34. Up to number 16, dispossessed from behind by Schlisch. It's going to bounce out, though, for a throw to Tampa Bay.
Good work defensively by Schlisch. That was an excellent cutback cross on the ground from Brooks Lennon. Firmino took a big touch to his right, trying to find an angle to avoid that block, but Tampa Bay defending in numbers prevent that from being on goal.
Thrown backwards to Guillen, who squares it behind center circle to Lasso. Lasso then squares it off to the right to trialist number 23. Tampa playing down the far touchline again. Here's a near steal. It is stolen. It is dug away by Shande Silva. Dribbling through traffic into the attacking third. Into the middle, Mayamba. Down the middle, Saba. Back to Mayamba, just outside the 18. Tristan Mayamba now to the left corner of the 18, and he's dispossessed by trialist number 18. He will turn and try to clear. It dies in the middle to number 2. He has to drop it back now to the center backs. Aaron Guillen, the left center back, will walk it out of the defensive third and play it down the near touchline to trialist number 34. Back to Guillen, squared to Lasso. Lasso will flick off to the right side. This is trialist number 23 now. Dribbling past Firmino into the midfield. Playing up to the halfway line. A good turn by trialist number 77, who streaks down the middle past Mayamba, cuts it off to the right. It's trapped along the far touchline. Here's a cross by number 16 to the back post, headed down into the ground, stabbed up in the air by Noah Cobb, loose at the edge of the 18. It rolls back into the midfield. Good play there by Saba to direct that ball. Tampa, though, still in possession in the right attacking third with Guillen. Giving it to Hilton. Hilton setting it down the middle. Here's a back heel now to number 14, edge of the 6. He collides, and Noah Cobb dispossesses him outside the 18. Ball spins back to Lennon. He's able to clear it up to Schlisch. Schlisch now trying to start a counter to Lennon, who instead will loop back into the near corner. Lennon in a little bit of a jam now. Gives it to Noah Cobb at the end line. Cobb will clear it. Up to Saba, intercepted by Guillen. Headed back, though, by Lennon to number 2, who hands it off to Hilton. Now Hilton spins it to the edge of the 18. Here is number 16 hitting a deflected ball that's going to go out over the end line, and it's going to be goal kick.
Noah Cobb with another very strong defensive play once again. Atlanta holding on a little bit there as Tampa Bay pins them into their defensive third, but they don't get a clean look at goal in any of that. The best opportunity was at the very beginning of it, and Noah Cobb shut the door on it.
So as we cross into the 42nd minute, it'll be a left-to-right goal kick for Atlanta United. Played off the edge of the 6 by Williams to Cobb. Cobb on the right side will roll it down the middle now to Jamal TRA, who spins past Lasso and almost was able to play that up to Firmino, but diving in to intercept it is trialist number 23. Now trialist number 2 in the middle. Over to number 23, making a run down the left wing. Ahead to trialist number 34, who puts a cross in that's headed back to the corner flag to 34 again. He'll dribble up the near touchline now on Lennon and around Lennon to the top of the 18, and then he'll knock it back to trialist number 2, still the left attacking third. He fakes the cross. He'll pass to Hilton now in front of center circle, and he'll bounce it over to the far side to trialist number 77, who puts a hard cross into the back post, and that is way overhit and out for goal kick.
A little too much heat on that one from 77. A little too much. Starting to get to know a few of these Tampa Bay players. We're going to see a lot of other trialists in the second 45. Robbie Nielsen, the new manager here for the Rowdies, the 43-year-old coming over after his time at Hearts. 2 stints with them in Scotland, won 2 second division titles for Hearts, was a longtime player for Hearts as well. The 3-4-3, a little bit of his kind of hallmark here. So I think you're going to see this kind of shape for the Rowdies this season. Want to see if he can get all the pieces to make it work.
Here's Mayamba with a pitch up to Shande Silva, making a run down the left wing. Atlanta from left to right. Silva now dribbling to the left corner of the 18 to the end line. Silva puts a cross in, and it's headed by TRA over the end line at the near post and out, and it's going to be goal kick.
TRA went up for that. He didn't really have much of an angle. I think he felt like he was hit in the back. Saba was waiting on the back post and just wanted that one to fall to him. Get another look at it in the booth. A good left-footed cross from Silva. It actually went off the arm of TRA, but he's pushed in the back, and that's what he's saying is his arm goes up because he's hit in the back, and that's why his hand was there. There's really no reason otherwise, but the ref's not going to give a penalty in that situation.
No, out of all that, we got goal kick. Tampa playing from right to left. Noah Cobb stepping up to win the ball back for Atlanta United. Poked ahead by Mayamba to Firmino, who's tackled hard by Forrest Lasso, 40 yards from goal and foul.
Yeah, Lasso got a pretty good lick on Firmino in the hip and then landed on top of him as well. Forrest Lasso always goes in strong. I mean, that's a heavy challenge and in the little bit of extra falling on top of him, kind of surprised that's not a yellow card.
Atlanta free kick 40 yards from goal. Saba standing over the ball. The angle is to Jordan Farr's left. From 40 yards out, he'll send it to the penalty spot, headed on, and then knocked over the crossbar, but the offside flag came up anyway. Knocked over the crossbar by Noah Cobb after Derek Williams was able to head it on.
Cobb almost got on that. We've seen Williams with his ability in the air on set pieces already this preseason. He picked up an assist in Birmingham. This one on the flick. Cobb has already drifted into an offside position. That's good work from the Rowdies to hold their line, as Cobb couldn't hold his run knowing that flick is coming from Williams.
Right to left goal kick for Jordan Farr. Everyone back into the midfield as Farr will send this down the left wing. And stepping up to knock it ahead is Slish. Now the ball pinballs off a couple players to trialist number 16, who makes a run down the middle, and then he tried to fire it ahead to number 77, but Atlanta is on this year, and it will be guided out for goal kick to Atlanta United.
Preseason legs there from 77. I think he had a few too many sprints in the first 45. Didn't have one more in him.
They're going to blow for halftime right there. So no scoring in the first 45 minutes between Atlanta United and Tampa Bay Rowdies, although both teams had plenty of opportunities. For those of you on the radio, Abe Gordon and Garrett Chapman with the halftime show coming up. And for those of you watching on the video stream, Jason and I will have highlights in just a moment.
If you want to do something on the ball just for 2 or 3 minutes, let's do it here.
All right, back with some first half highlights here in St. Petersburg, and here was a good early save by Jordan Farr for Tampa Bay.
Derek Williams with that header, such a dangerous weapon for Atlanta United on set pieces. Be on the lookout for that as we progress through the season, but a nice save from Farr.
Later in the first half, it's Caleb Wiley pulling Shande Silva into a scoring position.
Silva tried to lay it off to Firmino, but we talked about it. Guillen covering that post made it difficult for Firmino. You're trying to thread the needle there, and he wasn't able to do so.
Tampa not without chances themselves.
Trying to play that across to Arteaga on the back post. They win the header on the back post from the delivery, and then the header back across just out of the reach of Arteaga. This is the one earlier where Arteaga, he's been down a few times, and you see some of the friction that has been going on during the first 45.
Very, very similar to what we saw in the Memphis 901 match last Saturday. Players getting entangled multiple times, a lot of honest tackles, but some hard challenges too. Caleb Wiley involved in that one. Forrest Lasso never one to back down from a firm challenge. That's trialist number 23 with one. Forrest Lasso again involved in a hard challenge.
That's the one that should have been the yellow to me. The Lasso one on Firmino. This is Wiley and Guillen getting into it. We talked about it a lot last season. Caleb Wiley He does not back down physically from a challenge. He's still a young player at 19 years old, but he's got that grizzled veteran when somebody steps to him.
So Atlanta United and Tampa Bay Rowdies are scoreless at halftime. We expect most of Atlanta United's starting group to be out to begin the second half, which we'll have for you in a moment. All right, so getting ready for the second half here at Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg, Florida. Atlanta United and Tampa Bay Rowdies scoreless at halftime. You know, Atlanta United, Jason, they played Wednesday against Montreal Impact, but even going back further, they had to play the full 90 minutes against Memphis 901 on Saturday. They had a day off. They come down to St. Petersburg after training on Tuesday, a game on Wednesday, regen Thursday, kind of a walkthrough yesterday, and because of that, maybe this is a little less of a tactical test for Atlanta United and maybe a little bit more about building fitness than anything else.
Yeah, this is a big physical test right now this week because guys went 45 minutes for the most part against Memphis on Saturday. You had a couple of training sessions since then. You had a travel day as well after a training session. And then a lot of guys went 60 on Wednesday. You saw kind of towards the end of those 60-minute segments, the legs were heavy. And I think right now, because you had the regen day, you worked in the gym some this week, you've worked on a few things on the field, but not a ton here in St. Pete. That's going to come next week ahead of the match against Sporting Kansas City that'll be behind closed doors. You're going to get into that playing another 60 minutes for these guys on short rest. This is a physical test for the players that are on the field right now, and it looks like pretty much the same group that finished for Atlanta United is going to start the second half.
With potentially one exception, we were told there would be a chance that Ronald Hernandez would come on at halftime for Caleb Wiley, and that's Ronald walking onto the pitch. So, indeed, that is the case.
That was the one I was looking for and didn't see it. So, Noah Cobb stays on. He came on at 30, 31 or so for Stian Gregerson, and now Wiley goes from 30 minutes on Wednesday to 45 today.
Tampa is going to put in a whole new group here in the second half, so I got to tell you, I mean, hats off to trialist number 77. I thought he looked great.
He looked kind of familiar. I think I've seen him before.
Yeah, big fan of trialist number 24. I thought he was good as well. Trialist number 2. Got stuck into some tackles.
Another one I've seen before.
Yeah.
2 and 77 looked pretty familiar.
Well, again, Tampa asked that we not identify them, so that's why we've done it that way. We will tell you to the best of our ability who's on the ball for them in the second half as we are underway with Tampa kicking off and moving from left to right. And here is an early steal by Atlanta United. Nick Firmino trying to curl down the right wing. Instead, Atlanta will play back to center spot now to Derek Williams. Williams with Atlanta United attacking the goal to our left, squaring to the left to Ronald Hernandez. Then it's dug away out of traffic by Shande Silva and knocked back into the Atlanta end to Derek Williams again. Now Noah Cobb, who came on at about the half-hour mark for Stian Gregerson, we think is a planned sub, not injury-related.
Yeah, absolutely planned.
Atlanta with Ronald Hernandez now dribbling down the near touchline, cutting it into the middle where Shande Silva tries to bounce it back to Mayamba. He got just enough on it to play it to Schlisch. Down the middle now to Mayamba. Squaring out to the right. It's bounced back into the box by Lennon and then tackled by Pacific Nyanga out over the far touchline and out off Atlanta for a throw to Tampa. Now, I'm a little confused. We were told that he was not going to play.
It's a trialist.
So, thank you.
He's not here yet.
Trialist number 27.
Yes.
Thank you. Anyhow, in all that, Tampa has earned a goal kick. They've changed their goalkeeper, too. Phil Breno is now their goalkeeper, former Charleston Battery keeper. Someone that Atlanta United has seen a few times.
Breno spent some time with forward Madison as well. Third year coming up with the Rowdies. He's played 13 games in a couple of seasons.
Here's a steal by Schlisch on the left wing, and then Shande Silva is dispossessed, pleading for a foul that he does not get. Ball is taken right back away, though, by Derek Williams. Flicking ahead to Schlisch, dropping it back behind center circle to Noah Cobb. Squaring to the left now to Williams again. He'll combine at center circle with Firmino. Williams and Firmino. Now Firmino back passes to Josh Cohen. He did not have to make a save in the first half. Cohen standing 17 yards off his line in front of the goal to our right, flicking to Cobb, who sends it down the middle. It's Schlisch glancing it out to the right to Lennon. Bounced up to Firmino, who tries to chop it off the touchline but can't save the throw. It's out for a Tampa Bay throw.
Freddie Kleeman is in on the back line for Tampa Bay. They're number 19, the 24-year-old from California, second year with the club. Jordan Doherty, who's going into his 5th year, he is into the match as well, playing on the back line. 141 matches with the Rowdies for Jordan Doherty, the 23-year-old from Dublin, Ireland.
The Rowdies turn it over off the throw. Derek Williams back pass to the edge of the 6. Josh Cohen chased by Cal Jennings, has to flip it out to Noah Cobb, who clears it off the right side of the 18, and this will bounce to the halfway line and will be retrieved by trialist number 7, who gives it away. Jamal TRA dribbling in on goal, shoots it off his line as Breno to make the save. Back to TRA left side of the 6, and then he shanks across. Trialist number 7 trying to work to clear it. He bounces it out, but only to Mayamba at the edge of the 18. Played back into the corner now. Shande Silva makes his man miss. Drops it back to Hernandez. He'll put it in the middle to Schlisch. Point of attack, flip to the right wing now. Here's Brooks Lennon sending it ahead to Saba in the far corner. Here's his cross. It deflects. A handball plea for Atlanta. It is out over the end line, and they're going to call a corner, not handball.
Opportunity here for Atlanta United. We go back to the Jamal TRA chance. A pass back for Breno was left very, very short. TRA pounced on it, and Breno came out nicely, stayed big, didn't give TRA really much of an angle, and got the left arm out to block the shot.
Saba's corner pops up out of the mixer into the midfield to Ronald Hernandez in front of center circle. He'll drive this off to the right now to Brooks Lennon. We're in the 49th minute of a scoreless match. Lennon back to Hernandez inside of center circle. Drives it down the left wing now. Moyamba will punch it ahead now to Shande Silva. Dribbles into the left attacking third. Silva stops about 20 yards from goal and cuts it to the touchline to Moyamba. Back to Silva, who rolls it back to Moyamba again. Now he passes back to Silva again along the near touchline. Bounce back further towards the halfway line to Hernandez, who passes to Lennon at center spot. Lennon turns and gives it back to Noah Cobb. Cobb rushes it over to Williams behind center circle. He returns it to Cobb on the right side. He flares it ahead now to Lennon at the right halfway line. Played down the middle. Firmino off balance and dispossessed. Cleared by Tampa. Atlanta trying to prevent the counter as it rolls back to trialist number 7. Back pass to Breno at the Tampa penalty spot. He will pitch this clear down the near touchline, looking for Perez. Curls away from him and out for an Atlanta throw.
Joshua Perez and Cal Jennings are the other 2 additions here in the second half for the Rowdies. Perez, second year with the club, came in late last year. A lot of experience with LAFC, Fiorentina as a youth, played in Italy, played in Spain. And Cal Jennings, somebody that Atlanta folks are going to know very well. 19 goals last year on the USL Championship, all-league first team, 21 goals over 2 years with Las Vegas. Came up through the Georgia United Academy right before Atlanta United's academy got started.
Jennings also had a stint with LAFC. Here is Jamal TRA trying to slalom through traffic and is bumped off the ball and fouled about 45 yards from goal. And it'll be a free kick to Atlanta United.
Shande Silva drawing that foul. And Silva and Lobjanidze, we talked about it with Saba in the first half. You want to get those guys, especially without Thiago Almada, you want to get those guys on the ball creating more. The referee's telling everybody that he's had enough.
So Mayamba will put the ball down for the free kick. And he'll flick it in front of center circle to Schlisch. Back to Mayamba, who drops it back to the left halfway line, Derek Williams. Scoreless in the 52nd minute as Williams plays it over to the near touchline to Hernandez. Back to Williams, squared to the right, behind center circle, Cobb. Back to the left to Williams. Williams drifting to the left and flicking to Mayamba, who comes up to the halfway line and then passes to the left to Shande Silva, who turns now, dribbling on Jordan Doherty, and Doherty knocks it off of Shande for a throw on the near touchline.
It's nice defending from Doherty. He came to Tampa Bay on loan, very young in his career. Did spend 1 year away, played with Bohemian FC, but only at 23 with almost 150 games in the USL Championship. Doherty handled Shande Silva really well in that turn.
Off the throw, Mayamba ahead to Firmino. Back heel by Saba to Firmino, who dribbles and shoots Breno off his line and makes the save as Firmino goes down near the penalty spot.
Great back heel from Saba. Firmino Stonewalled by Breno with a great save, and then Firmino fell over him after the save. But the back heel from Saba was perfection.
Feels like the Atlanta goal might be coming. Here is Shande Silva coming straight down the middle. Fires it down the right wing. Here's Brooks Lennon, right side of the 18. Cross blocked away. Bounces to the touchline and will stay in play. Lennon again dribbling off the far touchline. Sends another cross into the back post. Headed into the ground, but down to Mayamba, and then it's taken off his boots. Back to Silva with a deflected cross that's going to bounce to the edge of the 6. Not cleared. Now dug out of traffic and slammed into the net for Atlanta's first goal. Tampa could not get the clearance, and it is dug out of traffic and put into the net for Atlanta's first goal in the 53rd minute.
Nick Firmino just waiting that one out, and he waits for the ball to bounce away enough. A great turn once that happens. If you're watching on the stream, keep an eye on Firmino at the top of the 6. It deflects. He's just lurking and waiting. A poor clearance. The turn was great to get that back to his left foot. Just a little pull back with the bottom of his foot. Rolls it back, turns, slots it home, doesn't try to overhit it. Great goal from Firmino. A little bit of a poacher's goal there to get the 5 stripes on the board first.
Second goal of the preseason by Nick Firmino, and it's 1-0 Atlanta United in the 54th minute. Off the kickoff, Tristan Mayamba with the steal. Dropping it back to Noah Kaba, will square it to Brooks Lennon on the right side. Lennon trying to dribble past Arteaga, who's still in the game, but Arteaga is able to earn a throw on the far touchline. He's going to throw this to the edge of the 18 over the head of Noah Cobb, and it lands almost dangerously to Joshua Perez, but well handled by Derek Williams. The ball rolls to Cohen, who's able to clear it down the left wing to Shande Silva, who leaves it for Ronald Hernandez. Hernandez tackled off it by Joshua Perez. The ball sent back towards the end line by trialist number 7. Cohen will trap it off the end line and we'll pick it up.
That was a very, very risky back heel where it happened from Shande Silva. I don't think Gonzalo Pineda is going to be too happy about that one. Ronald Hernandez is able to mostly clean it up with a strong tackle.
And now Firmino drawing a foul as Atlanta starts an attack from right to left. It's about 15 yards behind the halfway line, and it will be Schlisch to take the free kick by flicking it ahead to Mayamba. Back to Noah Cobb and back further to Cohen. 8 yards off his line. Cohen returns it to Cobb at the top of the Atlanta 18. Cobb pitching over the top. Here's a 2v1 coming down the right side. Saba's got it now. Saba taking it into the corner. Saba to the end line, and he's dispossessed from behind. It's out for, they'll say, goal kick as it last came off Saba.
What a ball from Noah Cobb once again. That's the area of his game that I thought he had a good bit of room to work on in the offseason and come into 2024. If he could get that range of passing down, you're talking about a potential future national team center back. That was a dime to Saba.
And now in a 1v1, defending against Perez, is able to calmly win it and pass it back to Cohen. Now it is Williams playing Cobb into the corner, and Cobb will flip the point of attack to a wide-open Ronald Hernandez on the left wing, and he'll dribble out of the defensive third.
Good decision once again from Cobb.
This portion of the match brought to you by Piedmont, official healthcare partner of Atlanta United. 1-0 Atlanta United in the 56th minute. Schlisch has his pass intercepted. Back the other way, here is Jennings, and he is dispossessed.
Great recovery by Schlisch after the mistake.
Hernandez driving it ahead now to Shande Silva. Driving down the left wing into the box. Shande Silva takes a touch, shoots, and it's blocked at the edge of the 18. Ball rolls back into the near corner. Shande Silva is there. He will turn and then bounce it off his defender out for a throw at the near corner flag.
I think the shot actually came off of TRA because Shande wasn't able to get around on it. Hips were wide open, and it was going to go wide of the far post. Great ball from Ronald Hernandez to send Shande Silva in. He's trying to find the angle. He's opened up, and that goes off of TRA. It ends up Atlanta getting a throw out of it.
Off the throw, crossed by Hernandez to the penalty spot. Calmly cleared by Tampa Bay. Good play. Out to center spot. It is Cobb sending it forward now to Firmino. Drop back to Williams, who reconnects with Firmino in front of the left halfway line. We're in the 57th minute as the ball rolls back into the Atlanta end, and Williams will grab it there. Again, you're getting a radio description because this match is being heard on the radio in Atlanta for those of you watching on the video stream. And again, Tampa has not identified the trialists that are playing for them today, so that is why we are referring to them by number if you are just joining us. Here now along the far touchline. This is a long drive by Lennon down the left wing where Hernandez takes it out of the air and scoops it ahead now to Shande Silva. Dribbles to the left side of the 18. Silva to the end line. Cross blocked away and out for a corner.
Also keep in mind Tampa Bay, they have about 2 weeks less of preseason training. Not as many games on their legs yet, but a lot less time on the pitch and so many trialists as well. I think you're starting to see Atlanta with the time that they have had together. They're starting to click a little bit here in the second 45.
Probably about 15 minutes left for this group as Saba will send this out of the near corner goal to our left. Atlanta leading 1-0 in the 58th minute. Saba going to the front post, headed across the face of goal, and then popped out of the air by Doherty for Tampa Bay. Lennon, though, is able to flick it back to the edge of center circle to Hernandez, and Atlanta United will try again.
Slish at the near post, trying to make something out of that. It was driven by Saba at him.
Here is Saba dribbling off the near touchline, giving it to Moyamba. Plays a long diagonal up to Lennon. Might have died in the wind a little, and it's cleared by Tampa. And now here's a 2v2 developing down the left wing, but Noah Cobb makes a great play to stab it to Hernandez. Now it bounces to Schlisch below center circle.
Schlisch tells everyone to calm down. That's smart. Good on the ball there from Bartosz Schlisch, who's starting to, I think, assert his personality in the midfield today.
Ball rolls off Williams to Mayamba, who squares it down to the near touchline. Hernandez trying to drive it back to Mayamba at center circle, but it rolls behind him. Then Mayamba tackles the ball away, and we have a foul at the edge of center circle, I think, on Tristan.
Yeah, it's a risky ball from Hernandez back into the middle. Muyamba just a little late to the tackle. You don't mind. You prevent the counter, and Atlanta now can reshape.
Off the free kick, it's played back to Jordan Doherty, the 23-year-old from Ireland. Sending it down the near touchline to trialist number 7. And now he'll pass it in the middle. This is trialist number 30. Sending it to the back post, headed down to the penalty spot, but cleared by Schlisch down the right wing and out for a throw at the halfway line.
I'll be curious to see how Atlanta subs here. I don't know if everybody will come at the same time or if you'll see kind of a staggered group of substitutions, but you're starting to get into that range where some guys are going to need to come out. Others might be able to go just a little bit longer. I can't see anybody going past 75, though.
Off the throw, the ball loose in the far corner. Deflects off Lennon to Mayamba. Now it bounces back to Cobb on the right side of the 18. He'll flare it out to Lennon in the corner. Lennon trying to dribble past Arteaga, but unsuccessful. Arteaga rolls a throw on the far touchline.
Hernandez and Cobb would be the two that didn't start, who could finish the match, that are on the field right now for Atlanta.
Then a mistake, a rare one, as Saba comes in from behind and bodies the ball over the end line. It's a corner for Tampa Bay against the run of play here in the 61st minute.
See the Atlanta substitutions there behind the end line. That's the group that will be checking in probably over the next 10 minutes or so.
Meanwhile, Jordan Doherty will send this out to the far corner goal to our right. With Atlanta United leading 1-0 in the 61st minute. Doherty up to the ball, strikes it in, swinger to the front post, headed away by Brooks Lennon. Down the right wing where it will be retrieved by trialist number 30. Given back to him on an underhit pass now. It's pitched towards the back post, deflects, and then a shot on is saved by Cohen off of trialist number 27.
Good positioning there from Cohen. The save is easy because of Cohen's good footwork, sliding across to the back post, then getting his feet to the right to make that save.
Cohen's first save of the match.
It ended up falling after a couple deflections, a first-time ball, and Cohen's in a good position to make that save comfortable.
There's Noah Cobb walking it out of the defensive third, sliding it up to Schlisch, who flicks it over to the far touchline to Lennon, back to Schlisch, and will cut it back further now to the edge of the Atlanta defensive third, and Cobb will play it back to Schlisch again. Return to Cobb, who will back pass to Cohen. Standing on the edge of his 6, sends it off to the left side, Derek Williams. Williams kind of hounded here by Cal Jennings, pulled down and fouled from behind by Cal Jennings. Free kick taken quickly and passed back to Cohen, who loops it down the right wing to Brooks Lennon.
The veteran experience of Derek Williams is going to end up being a really nice help for Atlanta United at various points this season.
Here is a pitch by Schlisch down the middle, and it's headed away from Lennon. Ball rolls back to Doherty, who will try to start a left-to-right counter here for Tampa. They come up to the left halfway line and pass up to Joshua Perez. Drop back into the midfield now. This is trialist number 8. Dribbling into the box through traffic now to the penalty spot, and he rolls the ball over the end line and out for a corner off of Noah Cobb.
Good run from the trialist in some traffic. I think you're seeing the heavy legs really start to hit Atlanta United now after the 60th minute.
And no one on the pitch other than Hernandez, I believe, has played more than 60 consecutive minutes in a preseason game to this point.
Cobb made a nice play at the end of that. Had to concede the corner, but a good tackle to prevent the shot.
Comes out on the far corner, goal to our left, and it's cleared away from the front post by Jamal TRA. Back into the midfield where it's karate chopped over to the near touchline and will be run down by trialist number 7. He will flick now to trialist number 8, who sends it in the middle, and the ball glances into the box now. We're trying to turn on it as Perez. Perez drops it back into the near corner. Here's trialist number 7, dribbling past Silva, giving it to Doherty. Doherty then gave it away to Silva. And it's returned to Silva now by Ronald Hernandez. Silva accelerates up to the halfway line. He bumps off of trialist number 30 and continues now into the Tampa end. And here's Silva centering the ball to Firmino at the top of the arc. Ahead to Saba, right side of the box. Saba's crossed the back post, headed into the goal. 2-0 Atlanta United. Jamal TRA on the back post on the finishing end, and Atlanta United has their second goal.
So many different players involved in that sequence. Shande Silva defensively at the beginning. Nick Firmino with a great ball into space for Saba Lobjanidze, and he just puts one up to the back post and says, Jamal, go up and get it. Great finish from TRA with the header. Didn't have to get power behind it. It's all about placement. But it all goes back to Silva riding off the challenge, showing his strength, upper body strength to hold the defender off, and then start the sequence to Firmino, to Lobjanidze, to TRA, to the back of the net.
And Firmino now has had a role in both Atlanta United goals. He'll perhaps get a secondary assist on that one.
We can officially give him a secondary assist.
We're the only scorekeepers today,
We have
right?
been given that power. We're giving him a secondary assist.
Saba gets the primary assist and TRA the goal. And Atlanta United's got the 2-0 lead here in the 65th minute. Off the kickoff, Tampa Bay moving from left to right.
That goal's a great reward for kind of fighting through heavy legs right now, and Atlanta wants more.
It's Saba off a beautiful ball by Firmino, rolling it towards goal where it's scooped up by Breno. And remember, Breno has had to make 2 big saves as well here in the second half. Both saves where he came way off his line to cut angles down. Otherwise, Atlanta could be looking at a 3 or a 4-0 score line. This group should play about 5 to 10 more minutes, we believe. As Tampa Bay off the left halfway line will play back into their own end again.
Yeah, and then when you see wholesale changes for the last 15, 20 minutes, it's going to be chaos at the end.
No doubt. Played by trialist number 7 into the near corner. Now dribbling is Perez. Given no room, though, no quarter by Derek Williams. He has to drop it back to trialist number 30. Now in the middle, a shot by number 8 deflects wide of the near post and out for goal kick. No deflection, and Atlanta United will have the goal kick.
I want to go back to a sequence earlier where Atlanta United was trying to build out of the back. It was before it got to 2-0. Tampa Bay was applying some pretty high pressure, and Atlanta got very narrow in their buildup. Derek Williams at one point basically put his foot on the ball and held things up so Atlanta could open back up. When you get narrow there, that's what a pressing team wants. Williams knew exactly what to do by stopping the buildup, allowing the team to open back up, and that gave them the opportunities to get out. Williams has had a very underrated preseason so far, and it's good competition at center back for Atlanta United right now.
Tyler Wolff coming on for Shande Silva here in the 67th minute. There'll be a goal kick to Atlanta United. As Atlanta United plays from right to left here in the second half. Cobb off the right corner of the 6, giving it to Cohen, who will pitch it down the middle. And TRA going up for the aerial, got knocked down, but they play on as Hernandez pops the ball back to Williams just outside the Atlanta 18. Williams then floats it off to the right to Lennon, still on the edge of the defensive third. Drop back to Cobb. Cobb's clearing ball deflects off of Cal Jennings and bounces out for a throw on the far touchline. Good aggressive step by Cal Jennings, but it will be a throw to Atlanta United.
Jennings, the fastest player in USL Championship history to get to 50 goals, did it in 90 matches.
Noah Cobb at the pitch up to TRA, who knocks it down into the midfield, but unfortunately to Perez, who comes down the middle and now fires it off to trialist number 7, 40 yards from goal on the right side. It's returned to him off the halfway line by Doherty. Now trialist number 7 rolls it back to Doherty behind the left halfway line. Tampa playing back further now, as behind center circle it's swept to trialist number 30. Deflects over to the far touchline, just has to be saved off the touchline and dumped into the Atlanta end. And now 1v1 that involves Cobb and Jennings, and Cobb draws the foul on Jennings. Noah Cobb hasn't taken a step incorrect in this game.
No, he hasn't. He's been good defensively. He's been good on the ball. He's been intelligent. He gets to the spot here, and he stays between the ball and Jennings, draws the foul. Noah Cobb has perhaps been the most impressive player in preseason for Atlanta United.
Good ball by Cohen, up to Hernandez, left halfway line. Flicks it ahead to Wolf. Then Wolf bounces it off Doherty. Wolf fighting for the second ball, and it rolls to Tyler Wolf, who plays it back now to Hernandez. Swept to the edge of center circle, Mayamba. Lennon streaking down the middle, making a run. Instead, they go backwards to Cobb. Off the right halfway line, he'll play it ahead to Saba. Saba will roll it back to Cobb in the Atlanta end. Now up to Mayamba, who glances it back behind center circle to Williams. Spared to the right to Cobb. Back pass to Cohen as we're in the 69th minute. Atlanta leading 2-0. This portion of the match brought to you by Equifax, proud partner of your Atlanta United. Derek Williams now bouncing it down the middle to Brooks Lennon. Lennon dribbling over to the near touchline where he hands it off to Hernandez. Drop back into the near corner to Derek Williams. Williams takes a step, gives it to Hernandez. Back pass to the left end line. Cohen will sweep it down the middle, and here comes Schlisch now.
You're going to see more of those situations with Brooks Lennon cutting into the midfield and becoming an extra central midfielder. I think you're going to see more of that this season.
Tyler Wolf lost it in traffic behind center circle, but Atlanta gets it back. Hernandez now bouncing it down the left wing for Jamal TRA. TRA dueling with trialist number 19. He plays it to the edge of the box. A player goes tumbling into the box. Mayamba for Atlanta United. There's no penalty. It rolls harmlessly to Breno, and Tampa will counter now from left to right.
Yeah, I think it would have been outside the 18 anyway, but I'm not sure if Muyamba was actually fouled there.
And I want to apologize. I think that center back is Freddie Kleeman. Am I correct on that?
Yes, Kleeman is in the middle of the back line.
So he is not a trialist. He is actually a signed USL Championship player. I apologize.
Second year with the Rowdies for Kleeman.
It was actually a draft pick of Austin Kleeman, yes. Another Atlanta native playing for Tampa Bay, so I apologize to him. Meanwhile, here is Schlisch playing it down the near touchline where Wolf tried to play a blind pass back to him, but it was blocked away by trialist number 7. However, Hernandez sends it ahead now to Mayamba. Flick to center spot where Saba tries to chop it into the Tampa Bay end, but it's headed down by Kleeman.
Whole bunch of subs coming for Atlanta United.
Yeah, it might be the equivalent of an ice hockey line change as we're in the 71st minute now. Kleeman standing just outside the Tampa Bay arc with his team trailing 2-0. Firing it ahead to Doherty on the right wing. Now they play ahead to a trialist who bounces this ahead now to Joshua Perez, who sends a cross into the back post. No one is there, though. It's going to roll to Cobb, who slides to send it up the touchline, but his clearing ball is blocked away, and then Cobb has to come in and foul trialist number 24. And that will bring us to that big set of changes now for Atlanta United. Probably that is going to be the game for almost everyone. I see Quentin Westberg, Louisa Brahm, Dax McCarty,
Matthias Gaishardo, Luke Brennan, Aiden McFadden, Jay Fortune, and Ashton Gordon.
There you go.
I've been down here for a little while.
So a mix of first teamers, second teamers, and players fighting for opportunities to play on either the first or the second team. But good work by this first group to give Atlanta United the 2-0 lead in 20 minutes now to see this out. Interestingly, though, this group, including Westberg, the goalkeeper, has to immediately come in and defend a tricky set piece. And if you're watching on the video stream, the shadows are a big factor here in defending the set piece, because Tampa's going to play this into the shadows.
Westberg luckily is all in shade, but the ball is going to come out of the sun.
Angle is to Westberg's right. This is sent in. Oh, whoa, very poorly hit to the back post. It's going to roll by everyone and out for a throw to Atlanta United.
So we'll try to get you reset here. Ronald Hernandez is going to stay at left back. Luis Abram left center back. Noah Cobb right center back. Aiden McFadden at right back. Jay Fortune and Dax McCarty are your holding midfielders behind Matias Gaichardo. Tyler Wolf on the left wing, Ashton Gordon up top, and Luke Brennan on the right wing.
Run into Dax McCarty, who bodies it over to Hernandez along the touchline. Luis Abram spinning to get by Cal Jennings. Giving it to Hernandez, who's trying to clear with a long diagonal up to McFadden. McFadden wins the aerial and now plays this into the run of Luke Brennan, but Lennon is dug off the ball at the, Brennan is dug off the ball at the halfway line. Tampa countering down the far touchline. Atlanta on their marks, though, and here is a steal. Luke Brennan playing it up to Gordon. Back to Brennan. Bounces off a Tampa player, though, into the center of the park. Jay Fortune digging for it. Tampa Bay back on it, though, about 30 yards from goal as it deflects to Jennings. Jennings dribbling parallel to goal, now playing it in front of center circle. Jordan Doherty ahead to trial of 7. Back towards Doherty, who puts a cross in at the penalty spot, but it's headed away by Aiden McFadden.
McFadden is excellent in the air. That's 2 aerial duels that he's won since coming into the match.
And then it's sent down the near touchline by Hernandez and out before Ashton Gordon could get on the end of it. A Tampa player went down in the collision there, and I'm not sure if they've called a foul or not.
It's Kleeman who went down, claiming that Gordon fouled him. Gordon is wondering what's going on in that sequence. There was very little contact. Ashton Gordon, the 16-year-old, on a new Atlanta United 2 deal for this year. That'll turn into a first-team deal for 2025. See a little bit of the collision in the afters where Ronald Hernandez was caught by a wayward boot, but here comes Atlanta.
This is all off a Tampa throw, which was easily intercepted by Atlanta United. Now Fortune having it flicked to him by McCarty in the center of the park. Fortune will turn and drop it back to Noah Cobb, who forms the center back pairing with Luis Abram now. Now here's Fortune playing long and over the top. A long run for Brennan. It's headed into the middle by a Tampa Bay trialist and then given back to him by Kleeman, and they clear. Up behind the halfway line. They pass back to Kleeman again on the edge of Tampa's defensive third. Tampa moving from left to right here in the 75th minute, and they're able to clear it ahead to trialist number 7. They'll stop at the near touch line as he is approached by McCarty. He drops it back to Doherty, who pitches into the Atlanta end, and it's knocked down by Hernandez. Hernandez tried to give it back to Dax McCarty, but it deflected off of Joshua Perez, and that gives Tampa the possession now with trialist number 30 playing it above center circle, and they'll go back to the near side to Doherty now behind the right halfway line. Stab it ahead to trialist number 7. Back to Doherty, who will go up to trialist number 8 now, still on the right wing. Tries to pass near center spot. Trialist number 27 is going to let that roll and now pitch it down the middle, and it is calmly headed to Westberg by Ronald Hernandez, who's playing the role of a free safety.
Good work to head that back to Westberg by Hernandez.
Atlanta from right to left here. Westberg at the edge of his 6, sending it down the middle to Dax McCarty, who flicks to Hernandez, who's out of a tackle and then under hits a pass for Ashton Gordon. Tampa back the other way now with Jennings pivoting in front of center circle and earning a foul on Jay Fortune about 40 yards from goal.
That's all right. It's a foul about 40 yards away. Good by Fortune to not let Jennings turn and build up ahead of steam. Atlanta has a set piece here to defend.
This portion of the match brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. The all-electric Mercedes-Benz lineup is here. It's 2-0 Atlanta United in the 77th minute. Tampa will set up for a free kick here about 40 yards from the Atlanta goal.
We've seen Jay Fortune pair up with Dax McCarty quite a bit in preseason. Fortune's talked to the media and talked about how much he's already learned from Dax. Just free to pick his brain, ask questions. Dax has been a really good resource for Fortune as he tries to take the next step in his career.
Here's the free kick, popped towards the penalty spot and then headed over the crossbar by Kleeman. Well worked by Tampa Bay, but Kleeman could not put it on frame. Out for goal kick.
Freddie Kleeman, the former Washington Husky, played at Austin FC for a couple of years. Spent some time on loan with Birmingham. Found a home here in Tampa Bay. That one just unable to get over it with that header.
For those watching the video stream, the pictures today, particularly from behind both nets, have been exquisite. As Atlanta United and Ashton Gordon earn a foul.
A little more on Ashton Gordon, the youngest player for Atlanta United in this preseason portion of camp at 16. Probably going to be part of Jamaica's U20 national team in CONCACAF U20 World Cup qualifying coming up here in the next month.
Here's Hernandez dropping it down the near touchline to McCarty. Ahead to Gajardo, who drops it back to Wolf, who plays a long diagonal down the middle, and it is headed away from Luke Brennan. Back to the goalkeeper, Breno.
Just a little under hit there from Wolf trying to play Brennan in.
Breno then bowls this up to trialist number 2, drifting down the left wing, passing ahead to the halfway line, and now down the middle where it bounces off of Jennings, and a deflected ball into a dangerous spot here. Trialist dribbling out of the corner and puts a cross in that's knocked away at the front post by Noah Cobb and out for a throw.
Before we're done, Mike, I have a very important question for you. Who has been the trialist of the match?
Well, I'm a big fan of trialist number 77.
Yeah, 77 was mine too, actually,
but
yes.
I have to tell you, as this is thrown into trialist number 24, who might be the other trialist of the match.
Okay.
Deflected cross that's cleared by McCarty. Trialist number 7, I think, doing a very good job asking questions on the right flank here in the second half for Tampa Bay.
7's been good. 77 was mine from the first group.
Yeah, I mean, I like his number too. 77, Paul Coffey, a really, really good ice hockey player, wore number 77 for a long time. So he gets a little bit of a sympathetic vote for me. Rare mistake here, and I mean rare, by Noah Cobb heading a throw in out over the end line for a corner. I think not maybe realizing where he was. And Tampa will get a chance to get one back here as we cross into the 80th minute.
Westberg getting this group organized. This is kind of hard to step in and have multiple set pieces that you have to defend with this group who's coming in just trying to find a rhythm.
Out of the far corner, they go to the edge of the 6, and it's headed away by Aiden McFadden at the back post. Rolls to the touchline, and offside is trialist number 7, played in by trialist number 8.
7 might slide a little bit in the rankings on that one.
Well, to be fair, I think trialist 8 really put him in a bad spot.
True, fair enough.
Just want to be fair to trialist 7.
Fair enough, fair enough. Aiden McFadden wins another aerial duel. I think he's 3 for 3 since coming in 10 minutes ago.
Free kick off the left halfway line for Quentin Westberg.
I'm sure in the chat on the stream that people are already identifying these trialists.
Westberg underhit that clearing ball, and it actually bounces off a couple players now into the middle where it has to be knocked away by Noah Cobb out to Jay Fortune. But this creates a dangerous chance here for Tampa. In the near corner, this is Joshua Perez to trialist 8. They'll fire that towards goal, and it's blocked away by Abram out for a throw on the near touchline.
Look, all jokes aside, one thing Atlanta United hasn't been able to do in preseason yet is keep a clean sheet. Gonzalo Pineda wants a clean sheet out of this group today.
He absolutely does, and they still have 10 minutes of work. Trialist 8 with the drive. Over the crossbar and out for goal kick. Trialist 8 really trying to climb the trialist power rankings with that attempt from distance, but could not put it on frame.
Senor Ocho almost found the back of the net.
And again, we're having a little bit of fun because, as is the Rowdies' right to do, they did not want us identifying their trialist by name, and that is totally well within their rights. So on this radio broadcast, ouch, nasty, nasty challenge by trialist number 27 as Luke Brennan draws the foul behind the right halfway line.
Luke Brennan at times is a magnet for getting hit. I had an interview with him this week, and we talked about it, and he played up. When he was 6 years old, he played up on an 8- and 9-year-old team. He's used to it. The way that he plays, he loves to have the ball at his feet. He's used to drawing contact, maybe not used to getting clambered into from behind like that, but Brennan's used to getting hit. He's always played up. Still young, but he's had a good preseason for this group.
Off the free kick, here's a giveaway by Abram. Joshua Perez now trying to fire it towards goal, blocked by McCarty. Rolls out the Jennings. The flag came up and is put back down as Jennings puts the ball into the near post, and it's blocked away from trialist 24. Then it is cleared by Fortune before Doherty can get there. Out for a throw on the far touchline.
Atlanta group's holding on a little bit against Tampa Bay right now. You had wholesale changes a little over 10 minutes ago. They haven't been able to get their foot on the ball really to get any control.
But this is the same group in Birmingham that saw the match out, although with their backs against the wall a couple weeks ago. Can they do the same here? Trilus 7 dribbling on Ronald Hernandez. Hernandez doesn't give him a path to the end line, so Trilus 7 has to play it back into the midfield to Trilus 8. Passed ahead to Doherty. His cross stuffed by Tyler Wolf. It's out over the near touchline. A throw to Tampa Bay. 83rd minute, 2-0 Atlanta United. Thrown into Perez. Fortune digging for it. The ball all the way back to Trilus 27, who's bumped by Luke Brennan. It'll be a back pass to Breno, who's almost 30 yards off his line. Breno will drill this down the left wing. Cobb under it and heads it forward to Dax McCarty. McCarty flicks it out of the air and up to Aiden McFadden. Luke Brennan now along the far touchline. It's pushed down again. McCarty gives it back now to Brennan, who advances it down the touchline off a Tampa player and out for a throw. Now Tampa will make 2 subs.
He's shoved down, but he pops right back up. Luke Brennan, he's just a magnet for contact.
Tampa bringing on 2 players.
Trilus 16 and Trilus 46.
Out of my binoculars for a moment, I thought we would have 2 players wearing number 16, but fortunately that is not the case. 84th minute. Off the throw, here's Noah Cobb in the Atlanta end, squaring it now between the circles. Took an awkward hop on a Braun, but he's able to settle it and poke it ahead. Now here's a long diagonal by Gajardo. That's a beautiful ball up to Tyler Wolf. Wolf takes a touch and dribbles down the left side of the 18 and shoots from distance, and between the legs, Breno is able to trap it.
Wolf has got to go to either side there after a great ball from Gajardo. Breno, good positioning to cut down the angle a little bit, and the save ends up being easy. The ball from Gajardo, though, over the top. Tampa Bay will have a free kick. We're getting another look at Wolf's opportunity. That ball from Gajardo is perfect. It takes a deflection, to be fair to Wolf, and he's going for the far post. Kleeman gets a touch, and that deflects it right to Breno. Much better chance from Wolf than it looked initially. He was going for that far post with a curler.
Play resumes with Kleeman squaring to Trilus 27. And now behind the left halfway line, it's punched back to Trilus 27, who tries to advance it up to Trilus 24 along the far touchline, and the ball is out off Atlanta for a throw just in front of the left halfway line. Tampa Bay, who was second in the USL Championship Eastern Conference in the regular season last year. They earned 63 points but had an early playoff exit. A team with a very rich history dating all the way back to the NASL, but one of the better sides in USL Championship, you should say, really over the last 5 years. Giving Atlanta United a really good test here in this 4th preseason friendly.
I want to see how this 3-4-3 for Robbie Nielsen comes together for Tampa Bay. You know, we've had some fun with the Trilus, but there's been some impressive players from players who are not signed yet by the Rowdies that I think can fit what Nielsen wants to do with this group.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Here's a Braum with the pitch down the left wing for Ashton Gordon. Kleeman dispossesses Gordon and then bounces it off Gordon out for a throw on the near touchline.
Gordon blocked that from Kleeman, who was trying to play it long. That's good defending from Gordon, who's come up through the Atlanta United Academy, mostly playing on the wing. He's been a number 9 here in preseason, and a little bit of on-the-job training. I think he's picking things up very well.
Off the throw, Abram guides it back to Westberg, and now Abram has it again outside the Atlanta 18. Flick forward to Fortune, back to Westberg at his own penalty spot, and then he underhits a pass that is intercepted by Trilus 8 on the right wing. He dribbles parallel to goal to the top of the arc, popped off to the left now. Work to do here for McFadden as he tries to close his man down. It rolls back to Trilus 8, who then overhits a pass for Blake Bodley out for a throw on the far touchline.
Bodley, the former Portland Timbers homegrown, played with San Diego last year. Had a breakout year, 5 goals, 9 assists in USL Championship.
And here's Luke Brennan doing his best Ezekiel Barco impression, drawing a 3rd foul and now a yellow card in transition against Trilus number 27.
Brennan's only been on the field for like 15 minutes, and he's already been fouled 3 times. And not run-of-the-mill fouls either.
No, sturdy challenges. So trialist number 27 in the book in the 87th minute. No yellows against Atlanta today. As we drift into the 88th minute, 2-0 the score. Here's McCarty behind center circle. Giving it to Hernandez, back to McCarty, rolled back into the Atlanta 18 now to Abram. He'll sweep it back further to Westberg near his far post. He'll start it down the middle to McCarty, who plays a bouncing ball down the right wing to Aiden McFadden.
That's a great ball from Dax McCarty.
McFadden from the halfway line playing a long diagonal for Tyler Wolf. Now Brenna was off his line. Wolf's got it at the left corner of the 18, dribbles to the edge of the 6. Here's his cross shot, and it deflects back into the midfield.
Didn't find Gordon.
Back to Jay Fortune at the top of the arc, and then he tried to pitch towards McFadden, but overhit it. And out it goes over the end line for goal kick.
Like the idea from Wolf as he was able to ride the line and stay on side. He got his head up just trying to slot that across for Gordon or Brennan. Nice defending from the Rowdies. Kleeman was the one who stepped in and got the clearance.
Into the 89th minute we go now. Off the left to right goal kick. Tampa will try to attack down the left wing again, digging for it, Aiden McFadden, and now Luke Brennan goes tumbling over his man from behind. That's actually a foul in Atlanta, but Luke Brennan's going to feel like he's been in a car wreck by the end of this.
That was actually
Gajardo,
yeah,
me.
Luckily for Brennan, that was Gajardo this time. Sorry for Matthias.
Hard to tell them apart from our angle because we are quite a distance away from the pitch, as you can probably imagine. But the players on that flank for Atlanta United have been taking a beating here in this 15-minute segment.
Probably not going to be a lot of stoppage time in this one. We didn't see much in the first half. Atlanta needs to close this out and not concede late.
Well, they're probably a minute plus away from doing so as the ball rolls to center spot. Fortune trying to dig it away from Kleeman, and a foul now on McCarty. Very quick free kick, played down the right wing to Trialist 7 in the attacking third. In the middle of Doherty, right there though is Tyler Wolf. Doherty trying to maneuver around him as Hernandez steps up. Able to pop the ball to Trialist 46. Now a cross by Doherty is stuffed by McCarty, and then the second ball bounces off of him and out over the end line for goal kick. And we have maybe a minute to play now in this preseason friendly with Atlanta United leading 2-0.
Haven't been down here since Tuesday night, and for the game on Wednesday. Just a big thank you to everybody with the Tampa Bay Rowdies here at Al Lang Stadium as well for all the hospitality. It's been a great opportunity for preseason for this Atlanta United group to come together and get these games in.
Still got to get the clean sheet though. Tampa in possession again, 30 yards from goal. They play it into the near corner. Trialist 7 with a cross to the back post, headed away by McFadden. Out into the midfield, deflects to Doherty. Doherty on the right wing, again to the near touchline, Trialist 7. Rolling it back to Trialist 46, and he's dispossessed by Wolf. Countering Atlanta. Here's Gajardo dribbling to center spot, tried to thread it through to Luke Brennan. That was blocked though by Trialist 27, and that's the end of the match. They blow for full time. Atlanta United gets their first clean sheet of the preseason. They're still unbeaten at 3-0-1. 2 second-half goals to beat Tampa Bay Rowdies 2-0.
Some good performances all the way around for Atlanta United. We talked about Noah Cobb quite a bit on the back line. Nick Firmino with a secondary assist with a goal. I thought that first group really started to come alive in the second half and make things happen. A good day at the office for Atlanta United, but Gonzalo Pineda, the goals are good. He's going to be happiest about getting that clean sheet and seeing that out.
If you're listening to us on the radio, we're going to say goodbye from Tampa Bay. Abe Gordon and Garrett Chapman will have the full-time report coming up in just a moment on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. And for those of you on the video stream, you're lucky. You get extra Jason tonight. For the next moment or two, we'll have some highlights for you. A 2-0 win for Atlanta United. A match that I think for the most part they controlled. A match that, again, like what we saw last week in Athens, had some teeth at times. But the quality of Atlanta United's starting group really started to rise to the top early in the second half, and that's how they were able to produce the goals by Nick Firmino and Jamal Tiare to win this. But I think there's a lot of respect between these Atlanta United and Tampa Bay Rowdies players. And were I a supporter of a USL Championship side, I would not be all that thrilled about having to play the Rowdies anytime soon.
Yeah, good day at the office, and Robbie Nielsen's only a couple weeks into his time here with the Rowdies. I like what he's going for in terms of style of play and setup. Get some of these trialists. At 77 is my trialist of the match. That's my official declaration. I think get some of these guys under contract, get some more games under your belt. This is going to be a good team to watch here in Tampa Bay.
And Tampa Bay is still very, very early in their preseason compared to Atlanta United, who has one preseason match left, and that will be next week in Miami against Sporting Kansas City. That will be closed door to everyone, including the television and radio audience. And now Atlanta United 2 weeks away from opening the MLS regular season in Columbus. Let's take a look at some highlights of this match. And there were a lot of moments that Atlanta United produced early, with Brooks Lennon sending this one in, and
Derek Williams with the header, and nice save from Jordan Farr.
Then later, this is first half action. Good scramble defending here by Tampa Bay Rowdies to prevent an Atlanta United goal.
Firmino wasn't able to find that angle. Guillen with a good job to get back to the end line. TRA had a big opportunity that was saved by Farr. I thought Jordan Farr did a really good job for the Rowdies coming over from San Antonio over the last couple of seasons.
And then later in the second half, Nick Firmino is able to dig this ball out of traffic and get Atlanta United on the board.
The turn from Firmino, just using the sole of his foot to spin it back, to turn, not over, hit it, just place it into that far side. Great finish from Firmino.
And then a few minutes after that, a beautiful team goal by Atlanta United, started by Firmino to Saba and then TRA.
We'll go further back to Xande Silva getting everything started, riding off the challenge, picking out Firmino. Firmino to Saba, Saba to TRA, the header in the back of the net. That was the reward this team needed, a really good combination goal on the offensive side. We talked about creating chances. This group is still building. You're missing Thiago Almada. You've been missing Yorgos Giacomakis at times. To find those combinations and create chances like that last goal, that's what you're going to look to build on going into the match with Sporting Kansas City next weekend.
Noah Cobb was my man of the match.
I agree. I can back that.
So as Noah Cobb and Saba, who had an assist, walk off, a goal and an assist by Nick Firmino, a goal by Jamal TRA, and an assist by Saba Lobjanitsa. 2-0 Atlanta United over Tampa Bay Rowdies. That will do it for the media coverage of the preseason. Don't forget, 2 weeks from today, we will see you at Lower.com Field in Columbus on Apple TV and Sports Radio 92.9 The Game for the start of the 2024 MLS season. Atlanta United and Columbus Crew. But for our great crew down here in St. Petersburg, Florida, including executive producer Matt Moore and Jason Longshore, I'm Mike Conti. Thank you so much for joining us today on ATL UTD.com.